Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen. I want to squeeze this last one, I think, in. Our 6-year-old grandson, who has autism and is nonverbal, has run out of the house naked twice in the last week and was found in a retail store parking lot. Police were involved both times. They live in a city, and I'm worried that DCFS may get called. Does anyone have any inside advice so we can try and help the situation? And thank you so much. This is really hard. Send in hugs.
Yes. It's very, very hard. And I want to start with saying, yes, you can, any child can be taught safety skills, but before we even go there, we need to prevent the running away. It's extremely dangerous. So, and it's not enough to assume that you will always remember and that everyone who comes into the house will remember to lock the doors. It's just not going to happen. There are too many times where parents and grandparents have the absolute best of intentions, but someone will walk into the house and they'll forget. And this happens. And our kids are very clever and they will figure out how to unlock and so on. So I really, really urge you, and if you write in to Shannon and give us your information, we can actually even help fund this for you and send from ACT, we can purchase one and send it to you. These are little boxes that are attached to the door where if the door opens, it will set off an alarm. Now that has two results. One is that most children dislike the sound of that alarm, so they will learn to stop running away. Just very simple. The second is that if they do actually open the door, you'll know about it right away. It'll never be a situation where they can actually go through the door and nobody knows. So that is super, super important to do. Once you've done that, then it becomes a matter of teaching the child unsafe things that can happen outside the house. And that is also something that will take a little bit of time because obviously you're going to need some behavior therapy to teach the child danger. And it doesn't sound like the child understands the concept of danger. It also doesn't sound like he has a good understanding of getting dressed because he's running out there naked. And so, there will be a need for behavior technicians also to teach him how to always be dressed when he goes outside and not allow him to leave the house naked. Two other thoughts I have that I quickly want to share with you. One is that a lot of our kids get naked and run out naked because they have sensory sensitivity to cloth or anything on their skin. I forget the name of the brand, but there are a few brands of clothing that are specifically designed for individuals on the spectrum where the child cannot take the clothing off without help. And that is something you might want to consider if you're unable to watch the child. And the last thought I had is that you might want to have the police department get in touch with an ABA provider. I know CARD does this. I'm sure many others do. I don't know where you are, but there's often training that we do for first responders, such as police. And this is super important because the police and fire and so on, they all have good intentions, but they don't know how to manage or communicate with a child with autism. And it is so important. Too many tragedies have happened because a police officer has called out to a child on the spectrum, and instead of responding, they've run away. So, make sure that your police department, if they're getting involved, they know your child and they know how to handle autism.
Okay, Patricia's written in. I want to come back to this, but really quickly, Patricia's written in and said, could you please tell what non-drug therapeutic alternatives you suggest for a 6-year-old boy with early infantile autism and attention deficit hyperactive disorder? Can I just say ABA?
Yeah.
And then watch everything that we say here about ABA, Patricia. because we talk about you want really good quality intensive ABA, but that's exactly
Which is
what you want.
applied behavior analysis. That's
But
what
I want to
you
go back to the other, because we're out of time here, but a couple of quick things that Dr. Grampiche mentioned. Um, we know that the number one cause of death for individuals on the autism spectrum is through drowning due to elopement, which is what your grandson did. The second is being hit by a car while eloping. So everything that Dr. Grampiche said, super duper important that the first thing you do is get that help to secure the perimeter. And be aware if the child has gotten out of the perimeter within seconds, because it's a life and death issue. So you can go to, she talked about ACT has a limited number of grants available. If you're needing help, go to act-today.org and you can find out more about that, or you can write directly to me at s.penrod@autism-live.com. Don't wait. That's some serious stuff. But for Patricia, please, please, please look up ABA. Dr. Grampiche mentioned CARD, which is the Center for Autism and Related Disorders. If you are needing good quality ABA services, or if you wanted to reach out because your police department, you would like for them to be trained, you can go to centerforautism.com. Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.